Hello everybody and welcome back to Streaming Into the Void in the World of Anulo, our weekly Pathfinder 1E kind of, but mostly homebrewed ongoing campaign with the Dawnbringers. No announcements this week. Everything's good. Yeah, no, not much to say this week. Please like, subscribe, follow, because that helps us out a bunch. We are not professionals. This show comes to you from our fancy Xenon Game Lab studios, aka our dining room. So any likes, subscribes, follows, or anything that you guys do to help us out helps us out a ton. And I don't know, not much to say this week, so thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys in about 5 minutes.
and I have told chat that I exist and am responding to messages.
Thank you. So, hey, how's everybody doing?
Hi.
Hi.
Doing pretty decently.
Okay, before we forget,
Hero coins?
hero coins. What's everybody looking like on hero coins?
Zilch.
All true.
Jamu has 0, so there's your hero coin for the day. Okanady, what do you look like?
I need one.
You do need one? Here, you pass that down to him, please.
No, I got it.
Okay. Sylviana?
Okay.
Mark?
All 3.
Okay. Hero coin's done.
Oh.
Excellent. So, I guess let's just dive right into it. When we finished up last week, you guys had done some, not last week, week before, we took a week off. You guys had done some fairly ridiculous things. You had gone to the Moonfall Islands and been tasked with recovering a relic.
An artifact.
Recovering an artifact or relic or something. Instead, you guys took an entire top half of a broken statue. And killed the Moonfall Guardian, which was a giant magically mutated dragon turtle, basically.
Plus some jellyfish, but you know.
And some jellyfish. Giant jellyfishes. Yes, yes. So, as we start this week off, the engines and the rotors of the Cerberus, which is on our map screen today,
Voila.
they spring to life. And the ship rises into the sky. The research facility of the Moonfall Islands drops away quickly, and the Lightbringers are out on the deck kind of waving at you as you guys leave.
Because we pulled the statue out, and Jamu was
Light
flipping them
Brigade.
off.
The Light Brigade, yeah. And so you watch them kind of wave on the deck, and then they just shrink down until they're just indistinguishable specks of color on the dark wood that makes up the deck. Captain Dominic at the wheel yells out, "All right, further west." Doesn't really yell it to anybody in particular. He's just kind of excited to be on the move and you know,
Not
taking
eaten
part
by
of the
a
sun
turtle.
chase.
Not eaten by a turtle.
No, he was not eaten by a turtle. He's
He was
glad
happy
to have
about
not.
that.
Yeah, yeah. Most people who don't get eaten by turtles are happy about it.
If they even know that they almost were eaten by a turtle.
Yeah, yeah. So pretty soon, that huge stilted encampment that's over the water, that itself turns into nothing but a little faint dot far below and behind you. And you guys are flying west and a little bit south. So after a couple of hours, the suns and the alignment begin to set ahead and a little to the right of you guys. That magical aura is still painting the night sky.
Cool.
But as you're going, you see that third moon slips out of the alignment, and those colors that were in the sky dim just a little bit less vibrant than they were before, as the alignment is slowly unaligning, basically. And so, yeah, maybe a little bit of sadness, but mostly excitement as you guys are flying your way west across the ocean. So before we really get cranked up good, where would everybody like to be on the ship? I'm not even going to ask Okanady. I'm just going to put him up here as the king of the world.
You want to go around the table?
Yeah, but my
Actually,
round the
with that size map, his small version may be better.
you want to?
He's not going to be small, but with
You-
that size of the map, with given the grid size, that smaller one would be.
Yeah, the grid size for this map is not accurate
But we can use the
to
Wii one.
5 feet. But we'll let you pop your ring and go down to a smaller size for right now. Sure.
I don't know what that is.
Just bring me the box. I didn't even think about getting your small version. I'm sorry. Just bring it here. 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 Thank you.
Okay, I'll go put the
Boop.
bat
Now you're the king of the world, but a little
I'm the
bit
king of the
smaller.
world.
Okay. Yeah, let's make our way around the table, which means to my left is Sylviana. Where would you like to be?
Looking out the back end.
Okay. So I will put you way back here behind Dominic, Abe, and Kaylee. That brings us to Celine and Bessie.
In the hold.
We were, but didn't we stay out on deck this time?
You stayed out on deck last time, but this is a whole new journey. You finished up Moonfall and you're headed towards Hattahili now. Far, far to the west.
Are there any chairs or seats, place that they can sit?
Well, so you see where Kaylee is back there? There's kind of a bench along the back there.
Okay, yeah,
Okay.
that's there, please.
So Celine and Bessie are going to be back here, just kind of hanging out on the bench, right next to where Kaylee is. Mark, where would you like to be?
I've been trying to think about that. Probably somewhere just looking over, probably below deck, trying to make sure that engines are still running smooth. Because remember the whole engines thing
Yeah,
problem that we had at the beginning?
yeah, but that's all been. You're in good
Yeah,
shape
that's
now.
all been fixed.
Yeah, the engines are still running a little bit hotter than they normally do, but with a third moon falling out of the alignment, the radiant magic.
Pretty much.
I can expend my chill metal.
At this point, your engines are running at about 110%, so you're
Okay,
not
so it should be fine.
you're not running in the red like you were before. So you don't have to be down there constantly monitoring. As a matter of fact, Kaylee is on deck, but she's kind of next to the door in case she's got to get down there.
Okay. Well, I'll probably be near Haley then.
Okay. So you guys are all just kind of hanging out over here. And Jamie, where you want to go?
Crow's
Jamu's up top at the end of the crane.
Just keeping a lookout.
Excellent. Okay. Dominic tells you all at this point that you've got quite a few hours of flight time before you even see land again. So settle in. And what would you guys like to do while you're flying across the ocean?
Yarmo passes out.
Drunk?
No, just passed out.
He doesn't hit me fly.
But he's not.
So Jamu is asleep on top of the crane.
I'd like to roll perception, see if there's anything to see.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll it.
That, I guess, is from the glasses on. That's 15 plus my new perception score.
You guys leveled up to 10 after last week. So
26.
26 on perception.
Anything interesting?
Way, way, way off in the distance, you can still kind of make out behind you and to the north. You can still make out just a little bit of where the maelstrom is, but it doesn't appear to be a problem at the moment. Even on a 26, pretty quiet out right now. Not much going on.
Fair enough.
Flying along.
Okay.
Oh, one thing that I would like to do is I would like to have whoever our magic users are, people are, investigate our findings.
Okay.
The, like silver tubes and the silver boxes and
Yeah,
all that stuff.
you guys found and kept some artifacts from the Moonfall Islands, absolutely. Okay.
No. So what knowledge roll is this?
I don't know that it's going to be a knowledge roll. This would be more in the realm of
Septon?
not perception. This would be more in the realm of burning a spell slot for identify or something like that. Except,
But I mean,
I think, yeah, an identify spell would probably be the most appropriate thing. Because you guys have rolled knowledge
I don't know
on
if
these
anyone
things.
but Tommy has that. Let me check.
I have it.
I don't have identify, but I do have detect magic and read magic.
Okay.
I would think use magical
Check
device
on
as a
character
skill would might work, but I don't know. You'd have to
Use magic device could work. Yeah.
I would like to roll use magic device.
Okay.
Go ahead.
What item are you checking out?
The silver box.
The box.
That's one of my items.
That's yours, yeah. Okay.
$25.
On a 25, you attempt to use this magic device, and it begins to glow a little bit with that arcane energy. And these little, this is a smooth box. There weren't any markings on it or any noticeable seams or anything like that. But as you attempt to use this magic device, just innately knowing basically how magic devices work, you do get it to come to life a little bit, and a few little tendrils that still appear to be metallic but almost look organic as well. They slither out of the sides of the box and kind of wave in the air like they're looking for something.
Would these, DM question, would these look like grim tendrils that I use?
They're almost like
Or like
And-
octopus tendrils?
they're more like the grim tendrils that you use, but they are metallic. Like it's a lot of linked, it kind of like that, where it's linked metallics, and then on the ends of them they all have what appear to be little claws,
Oh, freaky.
and they're kind of searching.
Okay.
I'd like to touch one.
I just
Okay.
learned something fun.
I'm not sure.
Shut up, Alexa.
Divine casters are the only casters that don't get identified.
Ah.
So sorry.
Ah, weeb.
You want to touch it. When you touch it, one of the claws digs into your bark, and then all of the others orient on you, and they all attach to
What
you.
the hell, tree?
And this thing attaches to you. As that happens, why don't you roll a will save real quick?
Oh no!
Okay.
Tree.
What did you do?
If you want to
Eldritch
resist,
Abomination.
if you want to resist, roll a will save, please.
I will really cut your arm off if I have to.
It'll grow back. We'll cut it off. It's fine.
Yeah. It'll grow back. It'll be fine.
I don't resist.
You don't resist at all. Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
Hold on, I've got to pull a thing up here real quick.
Hey, no pulling things.
Uh,
Family show.
So you are not resisting.
Not resisting.
After 20 to 25 seconds, Celine, you are granted a vision in your mind. And it's almost like you're seeing double. You're seeing Okanady, but at the same time you are also seeing yourself through Okanady's eyes in your mind.
Oh, this is gonna work just fine.
What is it?
She's got apparently visions of she's seeing what I see.
At the moment, yes.
Continue to not resist.
Okay.
Do you tell me that, or is that a thing on the
No, I haven't said a word.
Okay. Do I notice anything?
No,
Okay.
you notice nothing.
Okay.
Well, wait, let me check. Hang on, I'm double checking. Okay. No, you don't actually notice anything as this is happening. The claws going into your skin was relatively painless. It was almost like being bit by a small bug. The vision in your mind is joined by a whispered voice in your head. Sabe Tomas Kalana Chanakti Nakwa. What languages do you speak? Never mind. You don't speak this one.
Okay, sure.
What languages do you speak?
Minnow, Common, Goblin, and
She
Fairlight.
took some extra languages when she leveled up, I'm sure.
But I need to see the list. Where's the list of languages? Where is a list of languages?
I mean, each race on Anulo is going to have its own language, plus you're going to have things like Abyssal, which would be demonic speech, Grolem, which would be the elementals.
Grolem is one that I took.
Grolem is one that you took.
Yes, because I have 2 Grolem in my party.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a d20 and add your linguistics bonus, or add your whatever your linguistics skill is. Go ahead and add that to it and let me know what you get.
Two.
22. This is a... Okay. With a 22, some of the words that this box is whispering in your mind do make sense, but only a few here and there. You don't know whether Grolem is derived from this language or this language is derived from Grolem, but they are similar. Kind of like Spanish and Italian,
Okay.
where they're like that. The words that you did make out were memory, 10,
T-I-N.
T-E-N, the number 10, and choose. Those were, on a 22, those were the 3 words that you were
25.
able, 25,
22 linguistic.
22 linguist, okay.
25 use magic device.
Yeah, that was just to get the thing started. This is for the language it's whispering to you.
Okay.
So, memory, the number 10, and choose.
I would like to. Who is holding this device?
It is attached to Okanady right now.
Isn't it like in his arm?
It is attached to his forearm right now.
It's one of my wee ones.
One of your little T-Rex
No.
arms? Okay, gotcha. That's fine. I like it. one of your stubby nubbins?
Yeah, stubby nubbins. That's a good one.
Miss.
No, I win. I got it that time.
Okay. Can I? Would I be able to use something like detect magic to? Basically, I want a sense motive on a magical device. Like, can I tell if there's any type of good or evil or chaos or?
Roll sense motive.
Okay.
There we go. There's the first sense motive of the day. Show off the shirt. Oh,
And of
it
course
disappeared.
it's not me.
You can't
course
see
it's
it. It's blending into your background.
Oh, that's hilarious.
19.
On a 19, you do get the sense that this item is not sentient. It's definitely magic. Not sentient. Doesn't seem to have any particular motive. It is just doing what it's meant to do. It doesn't have ill intentions that you can sense off of it. You're a bard.
I am.
Why don't you go ahead and roll a knowledge? For you, it would be knowledge arcana, correct? Because that's what you use for your spell is arcana. Go ahead and roll knowledge arcana.
It's a nat 20.
Nat 20.
Nice.
This box uses a modified form of memory spell. With a nat 20, you have gleaned enough information about this now that you know that if you attach this thing to a living creature for about 20 seconds, it will download 10 minutes of their memory of your choosing,
It's a USB drive.
which you can then see.
I have not said a word this whole time.
Nope, nobody knows what the hell is going on.
Immediately upon learning this, I go searching in Okane's memories.
Cool. Want to roll that will save now?
No.
You're just
I
going to
haven't.
let her roll?
As of right now, I've had no indication.
You have no
This is a
idea
bad
what's
thing.
going on?
Yeah,
Okay.
so, I mean,
I
I
was
feel
just going to give you the option.
No. Since I'd said no already, it would feel like metagaming at this point, unless there was some indication that this was.
Like it's not hurting him. He doesn't feel tingly. There's
As you start to sift through memories, you would get the sense that something was happening, but you wouldn't know exactly what. Just a little tingle, like the moss on the back of your neck raises a little bit.
I don't have them all. That I do actually. I
Yeah,
would.
there you go.
Okay.
Are you
No.
digging for something specific?
his earliest memory. That's where I'm going. I'm just digging. I'm not looking for anything because there's no ill will, no ill intent. I'm just ooh.
Roll perception as investigation, and you are going to tell her what she gets based on what her roll is. You're setting the DC for this because it's your memory.
Okay.
What am I rolling?
My earliest memory, I would have absolutely no reason to hide it, so I would give it an average of 12.
What am I rolling?
Perception
Perception
as investigation. You are investigating through his memories with a DC of
Well,
12.
I got a 17 on the dice.
17 on the die. Okay, Okanady. 10 minutes, your earliest memory. What does Celine see at this point?
The earliest memory that you have of, or that Okanady has, is the feeling of it's all. It's not sensual. That's different. It's sensory. It's all sensory.
It's very different, yes.
Right. It's not. He can feel like worms wiggling against his roots. He can feel the moistness of the soil. He can feel the individual grains of it. He can feel birds in his very sparse and small.
So is this like the
Yeah.
dawning of sentience?
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's the dawning of him understanding and him coming to understand that he is. You know, it's.
While she's like a little tear. She gets a little tear.
Outstanding. Anything else in that first 10 minutes?
It's all sensory. It's
All
all
sensory.
sensory. It's all feelings. And
Would, I'm sorry.
Yes, wood. Exactly. Sorry, I had to. It was right there.
Would Celine at this point know how to detach this thing from him?
To download the memory.
No, to detach the box from him. Can she, is there a way to do, is it a weapon? Is it a device, or is this just with him now?
Oh. No,
Can
once
she
you
make
once
it
you've
on her?
selected the memory and as it does that, the tendrils detract and the thing falls and ting 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 bounces off the deck of the ship.
Celine immediately picks it up, hands it back to Okanady and says, guard this with your life.
okay, why would I do such a thing? Okay.
No one else.
You
Serious.
you can change the name of no, you can't because you don't know. She hasn't told you what it does yet. You still just have a silver box that does weird stuff. Okay. Outstanding. Good job, guys. I dig it. That was fun. Okay.
That was awesome.
That was really good.
And nobody knows.
And nobody knows, so don't none of y'all know anything that just happened.
Almost here.
That one tear. Okay. Who's next?
I think I would like to cast Detect Magic on just the bag of stuff that we collected.
There's magic there.
Everything in that bag is magic. The rocks themselves have a small amount of just an innate magic just because they've been at the like a focal point of very powerful magic for a long time. They've just absorbed radiant magic into them. The crystals that you have, very magical, in exactly the same, thank you, in exactly the same way as the crystals that power the ship.
But I'm quite curious about that metal tube that
That metal tube is putting off
The
an
girls
enormous amount of magical energy right now.
cast Read Magic on that.
Yours actually does have some writing on it. There are some inscripted runes on the sides of it, so go ahead and cast Read Magic.
Hmm?
God, I have such a spell about. Or no, this.
Roll a d20, add your linguistics to it, and do it with advantage because you're doing Read Magic. Please.
Okay, 18 plus 3, 21.
21. You are able to glean 2 words on a 21 off the side of this. You do not speak Grolem, but because you have Read Magic, you can kind of magically read 2 words. One of them is moon. The other one is psionic.
Moon Psionic. And that's out loud.
Silent moon.
In a
What? What was that?
all I can glean from the writing on this tube and Read Magic is moon and psionic.
Okay. It's
I make scrolls. Maybe I can read it. I mean, I quite
Be my
literally
guess.
write magic, so
I mean,
Oh,
John was awake,
be my
as
guest.
everyone
Have a
knows,
look.
so
okay.
Okay.
John kind of walks down from the
I
crane.
very fluently speak Roman.
Jamu
My
comes
native
down the crane doing that weird thing that cats do when they go down a tree. You know how they have to backward. They go up the tree really good, but they don't go down it very well.
I would know. I had to get a cat down from a tree while I was gone.
All right, nice. So, Jamu, you came down. What's up?
Jamu just kind of looks around and goes, okay, we're doing magic stuff now. He goes over to the tube that everyone's looking at and he casts Identify.
I identify just increases the spellcraft check. to find out what the magic is.
Not in this case.
Jamu's eye.
Jamu casts Identify on that
Metal tube.
that metal tube.
that Sylviana was trying to read.
I am sharing a Google Doc
Oh no.
with Corinne right now.
So like, am
I
I
didn't
gonna
get a
roll
Google
or
Doc.
like read
Yeah,
it
but you got
because I'm
walk
fluent?
Yeah, you did.
you got a basic tutorial on how yours works.
I'm a Google Doc.
Jamu,
Nerd.
when you cast Identify, this item is known as Setherde,
So their day.
the Rod of the Moon.
The Rod of the Moon. He is saying all of this out loud, by the way. He is repeating all of this information to the rest of the party.
It is a rod that does psychic damage. Can be used 3 times per day. It does 2d6 psychic damage on a DC 15 will save, and the will save only halves the damage on it. You now have the full, you should have the Google Doc that has the full description.
Where did you send that?
I sent it to you through Google Docs. I just shared it on Google Docs.
I didn't have my email open.
Okay.
Okay, so apparently we just have a wand that does psychic damage now.
It's a rod.
Cool.
DM, I am messaging you.
Oop.
Where are you messaging me? I have like 4 things open.
Skype.
Okay.
No. Zoom.
Can
I
we close the Skype
Roll
chat?
2d6 and a d4 and
I
got
have the
all
Skype
ones.
chat.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing. Oh. Oh. I got you. Hold on. Okay. So, since you're not getting the Google Doc, let's just. Jamu gives you an idea of how this thing works. And so you know, just from what you guys have gathered about this thing, that you have to whisper the name, Setherde. As you whisper the name Setherde, a pale light begins to softly glow at one end of this smooth metal cylinder, and the runes begin to glow.
That
In the
doesn't sound
mind,
good.
in the minds of everyone who sees this glow,
Oop.
they are immediately filled with the image of beams of a waning moon on a tranquil pond in a very foreign and alien landscape. These aren't the moons that you know. This isn't flora or fauna around this pond that any of you recognize. The symbols on the rod begin to glow, and as they do, those symbols appear on the surface of the water, and that light begins to gather in intensity. That light grows, it's brighter and brighter until it's as blinding as staring into the noonday suns. And just when you think that your eyes would be burned from your skull from the intensity of this light, a beam explodes from the end of that rod
Oh, Jesus.
about 60 feet forward in a line. And that rod has 2 charges left. For the day.
Jamu,
You didn't aim it at anyone. You just
Jamu-
kind of, like you do with a Roman candle, you just poof off the edge of the ship.
after it fired, Jamu did "Row!" and he's puffed up, his back is arched, and he's like at the end. He's like at the other end of the rod, all puffed up.
And so you guys would all know that that thing can do some damage. Melissa, I'm
Okay,
sending you a
so,
text
that-
message.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, but who gets it?
That's
Well-
Sylviana's.
Sylviana,
Yeah.
who do you think should have it?
Octobees found it.
Octobees.
when the bees were octopi.
Yep.
Well,
The
it's,
Octopodes.
So you now have the rod of Setherde, the moon rod of Setherde.
What's my box called?
it's just a silver box.
It's just a silver box,
Oh.
as far as most of you know.
As far as all but one of us knows.
Didn't tell the rest of the party for some reason.
She's keeping that one close to the chest, I guess.
Vest.
Close to the vest.
Close to the chest is also accurate, but it sounds like it rings with boobies. And it's not.
Gotcha.
That's not the vibe.
Her.
Look, everybody likes boobies. I don't care. Everyone likes boobies. Boobies.
Hashtag everyone likes boobies in the chat.
Not a fan.
All right. The rest of the items that you guys have, some of them are just rocks.
Are they all magical? Oh,
They
good,
all
you
have
asked that.
they all have a little bit of a magic aura to them.
I asked for one of the smaller crystals, and I handed to Mark and asked him, "Could you drill a hole in this one?" We can't hear you.
Sorry, my mother called me.
Ah,
Maybe, but can I, DM?
you don't have like a drill or anything with you, do you?
No.
Do you
But
want,
I mean, that would be.
do you want a hole drilled, or would a cage work?
A cage would be fine. It's just something to dangle about.
Kaylee pipes up. She's sitting on the bench
Dig
next to
into my pack for thread and start.
Well, and Kaylee
Weaving
pipes
a
up
cage.
at this point and goes, I got a drill down below.
Oh, cool.
We can give it a shot.
I just wanted to drill it and stick it in one of the branches up there, you know.
While we're doing that, can we like hold it about right
But
here
either way,
so in case it explodes?
I don't think it's a good idea to drill through a magical crystal.
That's why I want to do it on the mast.
Then you can just dangle it about. It's dangleable.
I think the druid is right. Let's
Yeah, let's
make it a
tie
tiny
it.
cage.
Kaylee said, yeah, on second thought, that's probably a bad idea. You're right.
It might explode.
It could, yeah.
Literally just
Over the
watch it
table?
happen.
What can we do
better
with these
things.
crystals?
All right, so Sylviana's going to fashion
Over
you
the
some
table.
sort of dangly piece so you can hang that with all of your other assorted trophies that are hanging from your branches.
You look like a pirate. With all that stuff in your beard.
He did used to
Would you
run.
like to shiver me timbers,
Oh,
princess?
God.
With that, she goes. She's on the other side of the boat.
Okay. So, Celine says, you gross. And comes up here because
I
you're
don't
down.
have the equipment for such, but it's fun to talk about.
Jesus Christ, tree.
Jesus Christ is a rabbit. But you guys don't know that.
Not yet, at least.
Anyway,
We
Cat
will
does.
soon.
Cat does.
I do.
Cat knows all about him.
It's fun saying his name.
Okay. Anything else we would like to do while traversing the ocean?
I do not believe
I would like to figure out what I can use these crystals for.
You know what the crystals do. We've talked about it before.
Yes, but I want to know what I can use them for. I know they are magical batteries,
Why
but I
not?
want to know what the magical batteries can be used for.
Okay, so spending a little time with these crystals and knowing the engines of the Cerberus the way that you do that use these same type of crystals, you know that these crystals basically, when they are cut properly in their rough raw form like they're in right now, they don't really do much. But when they are cut into the proper prism type form like the ones that run your engine, they absorb and enhance magical abilities or magical power. They basically, if you cast a spell on it, it stores that spell and then amplifies it on command.
Okay. So basically, they're better scrolls.
They could be used that way, yes. Sylviana, you're
Do
chomping
they
at the
have
bit there.
one
What's that?
charge, or do they have, or is it like or is it like a wand?
Okay, so from what you know about the crystals, the ones that run the ship have two different spells cast on them. One of them is levitate, which is what allows them to go into the air. The engines themselves, as you rise and fall, you are increasing or decreasing the amount of magic that levitate is outputting. And so that's what causes you to move. The fans also assist with propulsion and things like that. All of those crystals, also have a second spell cast on them, which is silence. And it's very specific to the engine and the rotors, and that's why the Cerberus runs silently, because the crystals have a second spell in them. So you know that it is capable, you know those crystals, once cut properly, would be capable of doing that. And
Do they have to be cut, or could they be stone-shaped?
they're not really stone. They are, I don't think stone shape would work just because of the atomic structure of these things and the way that they're super crystalline, rigid structured. So I don't think stone shape for these particular crystals would work the way that you're wanting to do it. I'm going to say no on that one. Sorry.
Okay.
No big.
So
just wondered.
what's the DC for crafting, for cutting them properly?
How many of them do you have?
No
Let
one
me
kept up.
scroll down.
I'm pretty sure no one kept up with that.
Sylviana has 4.
The
Okanady,
princess has possession of them.
Oh, do you have it written down how many of those crystals you have?
I had a basket, right?
Right. And it's got like maybe a dozen small rocks. And I think you guys had about 7 or 8 of the little uncut crystals, the little raw crystals, if I remember correctly.
So in total, we have 8.
We'll say 8. We'll say you guys have 8.
Well, 7 plus Okanady's,
Yeah.
I mean, Okanady will absolutely, like, if you guys wanted to cut it and get it and, like, store a spell in it, I mean, as long as I could activate that spell if needed, then, like, you know,
You
I
should.
mean, it would be great. It could, okay.
Yeah, you should be able to do that. So you don't have, Mark, do you have a specific craft gem cutting or like jewelry? Is
Scroll and potion.
Scroll and potions. So if you were to do this, it would be a straight intelligence roll because you don't have a gem cutting or jewelry craft skill. It would be a straight intelligence roll. I'm not going to tell you exactly what the DC would be, but I am going to tell you that this is precision work and it would be difficult.
So basically, I'm gonna need to roll high.
Yeah.
Glad I have a +5 to intelligence, man.
So there, you and Kaylee share a workbench down below decks. If you would like to go down there and try to cut one or all of these gems into a usable fashion.
That is a 24.
24 on the die.
Yes, I would like to. No, not 24 on the die. 24 total. And
Well,
also,
how would you
yes,
get a 24
I would like
on
to
the
go
die?
down and do the
Okay.
workbench.
Who else going down with them?
I guess I can provide emotional support.
Okay.
After what I saw, I'm definitely going.
Is everybody going under deck?
I guess
I don't
so.
know if I can, even at my 10 feet.
At 10 feet, you can get down there. I mean, you'll have to hunch over to get down there. The first crystal, you rolled 24. The first one, as you go to chip on it, it just shatters
Oh.
and falls apart, and a little poof of arcane energy puffs out of it. So
Like,
please take
what?
one of those out of the inventory. It just shattered to dust.
Oh, man.
The second one does not shatter, and you, after 30 or 45 minutes, you're able to cut it into a gem type shape that you think might work. You think that might be able to harness some arcane energy.
Now comes the question.
The second one, the first one was destroyed, but the second one, you are able to get it cut down. Kind of hold this cut gem.
Now comes the question, what spell do we put in it?
No, we're still potentially cutting if he wants to continue.
Do you want to keep going? You want to keep cutting them?
With a 24?
Oh yeah, by the way, question: what did going to the bench do?
It just allowed you to use the tools to cut these things, and everybody's kind of looking over your shoulder while you're doing it right now, watching you.
Okay, so it was whether or not I used tools, which probably increased the DC. Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep cutting. I'm
Okay,
cutting as many of these as I can.
so there were a total of 8. You've done 2. The third one disintegrates.
Dang it.
The fourth one, you are able to cut into what appears to be a usable
It's a
shape.
50-50.
The
At this
fifth one,
point, it's a 50-50.
the fifth
Even
one,
dexterous help.
Probably.
it might.
That's grace.
Cat's
Nice.
Grace.
What does that do?
It's going to
What does it
allow
do?
you. I'm going to allow you to roll with advantage on the next ones. So, are we on number
Okay,
5 now? 1 destroyed,
That's great.
2 cut,
You
3
are-
destroyed, 4
2
cut.
destroyed, 2 made.
Fifth. The fifth one,
Who rolled Cat's Grace?
Sylviana cast it.
Okay, well, you have to have Cat's Fur for it. I'm right
You guys
here.
always.
Actually, I don't.
You don't have to have the material component for yours. And it's a good thing that you cast that. The fifth one disintegrates. The puff of arcane energy on this one is a little more intense, makes a little bit louder sound, even scorches the workbench a little bit. If you had not had that with advantage, you have a feeling that that could have gone very badly.
That could have been an explosion right in our faces.
The next one, the sixth one,
Oh, good.
comes out absolutely perfect. You know that this one will work as intended. Number 7. Looks like it'll probably do. And
Nice.
number 8 also looks good. So one of them is perfectly cut. And then 3 of them were destroyed. The other 4 look serviceable.
Okay, over the counter, over the table.
Okay.
Does looking serviceable mean it acts like wild magic? Or does it mean I have to put a lower spell slot on them?
You don't know.
Okay, what do I have to roll to know?
Let's say knowledge arcana.
There's no point in rolling for this. This is going to be an experiment. type thing. Because if you roll Knowledge Arcana, you're going to know exactly what you know now. These look like they'll work. But you're not going to know for sure, other than the one. You know for sure one of them will work as intended.
The one I know for sure will work,
Okay.
I'm going to put Breath of Life into.
Smart.
As you cast Breath of Life and channel your divine energies into that gemstone, you hear Cogsworth in the back of your mind. Yes, very smart. And you get the sense that he's been watching all this very intently.
Anyway, I
That-
do that because that is a 100% guarantee will work when we need to revive someone.
As you cast that spell into the gem, it begins to glow with that divine
What's-
arcane energy.
What spell did he cast? I didn't hear.
Breath of Life.
It's a healing spell.
I figured.
It's
Golden
the highest
Grim
level-
Reaper.
It's the highest level healing spell I have.
That comes the question: where we put the other ones?
Okay. How many good ones do we have?
You have 4.
4 more. We got the perfect one with Breath of Life.
So Breath of Life cures 5d8. Cures 5d8.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what is now contained within that gem.
Okay. In the others, first I'm going to try one with your critical wounds.
Okay. The second
Which
gem,
is-
as you direct cure critical wounds into that, make sure you're marking these spell slots off, by the way.
I am.
This gem, it starts to glow and then sputters, and then the glow. It's not as bright as the other one was. You feel like it might not be exactly perfect, but the spell seems to be contained within this second gem.
It'll do.
That's interesting. Okay. Okay. Question. Over the table, can these be spells that affect the environment?
Knowing what you know about the crystals, they'll hold basically any spell.
Okay. And they can basically be used as many times as you want, right?
As far as we know.
As far as we know, they can be used really easily. And it seems they're affected by it. They might be affected by spell slots. We don't know. I am going to put Badger's Ferocity in one.
Okay.
This is basically this is the one that allows Okanady to crit on the 10.
Okay. Badger's Ferocity
And
is directed into a gem, and it also, the light flickers a little bit, but then it begins to glow.
Yeah.
And so that spell is now
I
contained.
am going to give this to Okanady. I am going to make this the one that Okanady has in his thing.
Okay, Badger's Ferocity, Moon Crystal into your inventory.
Okay.
And we'll let Sylviana go ahead and fashion you hangy thing for that.
Anything?
A hangy thingy.
Also, another question. Do these take a full round to use? Are these like potions?
They will require an action.
An action. Okay.
So basically, you're
That is
going
what
to
I
have to
needed.
tap the crystal. Whoever is using it would have to tap it to use the
Okay.
spell contained within.
That is good, because I was almost going to put Stone Shield in one, which would not be as useful.
Okay, so the rest of you at this point, after he hands that one to Okanady, I'm going to assume everybody's like, okay, cool. And they're going to leave you to figure out what you want to put in those last ones. And you guys are still very much over the ocean. It's getting late. The suns have set probably a couple of hours ago, so you're looking at, real world time, you're looking at probably 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And you guys had a pretty big day yesterday.
I'm going to put here. Okay.
Just note them
I
down
want you
and
to
stick
put-
them in your inventory, what you want to put in them.
Huh?
Just note what spell you want to put in those crystals, and then crystal with, and just put those into your inventory for now.
Okay, so I've used two. I've used the perfect one. Used how many of the good ones?
2.
Okay.
You did a cure critical, so you have one more left, because that's 4.
I had 4. Didn't I have 4 good ones and then 1 perfect one?
Yes, that's right. So
I
you've
had
got
the
3
Eater,
good ones
Breath
left.
of Life,
Excuse me.
Pure Critical.
But
Point
Lavish
point of
Ferocity.
contention here. So, not contention really, maybe a little bit. So a lot of these were Celine's, or Sylviana's rather. Like, she picked them up.
yeah,
Do you think that maybe you should ask the other spellcasters if there's something that they would like to put in there?
Yes,
yeah, that's a good
actually.
idea.
Anyone else want to put some spells in here?
Let me think about it.
How many do we have that are actually capable of holding a spell?
About
We only
3.
have 3.
3 more. 3 more that are not enchanted, for lack of a better term at this point.
I'll go last since we don't
One
know.
to Jamu, 1 to the Druid, and 1 to Celine.
Okay, so
Can we do that? Is that okay?
everybody okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with it, but these 2 are going first because I don't know what mine will do.
You have one.
So,
Mine's in my hair.
Yeah.
In my tree, not my tree hair.
In your branches, yeah.
Yeah, leaves and shit. Tree hair.
So, Celine, you going to use yours, or you want to hold on to it? What you want to do with yours?
so it is a crystal that will hold and magnify
A single spell.
a single spell, and it can only be used once.
As far as you guys know, yeah.
I don't want to imbue mine with anything.
You just,
I don't know what I'm going to need it for.
yeah, just hanging on to it for right now.
So,
Okay.
as a question,
Mhm.
when you say use it just once, that means the spell is expended and you have to recharge it, or it's dead.
The crystal is dead.
You don't know for sure at this
Okay.
point.
Great.
We don't know if we haven't used one yet.
True,
Yeah.
true. So well, Okanady's not the smartest, so he wouldn't think that.
Okay.
Can I roll a spellcraft to see that, or like?
No need to roll. You basically just know what you know about these crystals at this point.
Okay.
Jamu, did you want to do anything with yours, or are you going to hold on to it and not imbue it yet?
I'm gonna wait until Sylviana imbues hers because my magic is E.
Okay.
I'm waffling between Death Ward and Cure Critical Wounds.
Why not flip a coin?
Hmm?
Flip a coin. See which one it lands on.
Fair enough. critical wounds it is.
Cure critical wounds. So go ahead and put that crystal in your inventory with cure critical wounds attached to it.
Alright.
The perfect crystal is the one that you have. No, the perfect crystal is the one that Mark has that has breath of life.
Yeah,
So make sure you keep that in your inventory.
I am.
Okay. Jamu, you gonna imbue yours now?
I'm going to imbue mine with mage armor.
Mage armor. Excellent.
Jam kind of nervously holds it out and just goes like, eh.
The blue crystal, as Jamu casts mage armor into it, the blue glow intensified with everybody else's magic. With Jamu's magic, it almost glow. The glow, rather than being blue, is that violent purple glow of his magic. And mage armor crystal. Mage armor imbued crystal, put that in your inventory.
Sweet.
Okay, crystal's done. Everybody's good. Celine has the only remaining non-imbued one. Okanady has cure critical wound. No, Badger's ferocity in his hair. Okay, good. Okay. Okay. All noted. All right. And the ship continues to sail through the darkness over the.
Okanady returns to the bow.
Okanady's going back to his spot.
Yeah.
Jamu's gonna go up here and go sleep. Sylviana, Princess, Kaylee. Kaylee says, "I'm calling it for the day. I'm going to my bunk," and so she goes below deck and goes to her bunk. Abe and Dominic have a short exchange. No, I can do it. I mean, yeah, you're right, but you helped out in the moonfall. I'll take first. And so Abe turns into a puddle of water that slides underneath the deck as well. Sylviana and Celine, you guys turning in, or what would you guys like to do?
I believe that I shall turn into a tree and be in flower so girls can feed.
Okay. So Sylviana's going to remain at the back of the ship with the bees kind of pollinating off of her flowers. Minnow ladies?
We will go below deck to.
Before I turn, I would offer to string a hammock between my arms.
Okay. You want to sleep in the hammock in the tree? On the back of the ship?
Cradled in the arms of a
Well,
druid.
there's only one hammock, and I have Bessie, so we'll just go below.
Mark, you don't have to sleep. Technically.
People have gotten back, so I've been muted. Yes, I don't have to sleep, so I stay awake. Just,
What would you like to do?
I'm just gonna stay awake looking around.
Okay, so you're just going to stay on deck. Where specifically would you like to be? On the ship.
Probably just on one of the sides looking out.
Okay. Okay. And with that, we are going to break for about 10 to 15 minutes. And when we come back, we will continue your adventures. So,
By the way, for the sake of balance, the druid tree would be closer to the middle of the deck rather than the back end.
So you would prefer to be somewhere in that area?
But maybe in the middle so it doesn't.
Or just like out in the middle?
Yeah, more middle.
Okay, I'll put you out in the middle then. That works. And while we're doing that, I'm going to mark your B's as out as well. I just put a die out for them.
Okay.
But I know it's all, geez, however many of them there are now. What is it, 50 something?
I lost 44 of the 80, and I forgot to do their level up when I did my
Okay.
level up.
So, yeah, we can do that while we're on break. You can go ahead and roll and see how many newbies you've got. Okay, with that, we're going to go to break, and we will be back at 4:30 Mountain Time. 4:30 Mountain Time, so 18
Okay.
minutes. Okay, is that cool with everybody?
Should be fine.
All right. we're back.
And for some reason, the tree has shades.
Hey.
There was much playing with Zoom filters during the break. So, all right, you guys have all settled in for the evening. Dominic is flying the ship. And everybody gets all their hit points and everything, spell slots and all of that back. You have a very peaceful, uneventful evening. And in the morning, Kaylee and Abe wake the rest of you. They knock on the door to the princess's quarters. And so
Ow.
the light is coming in through the little portal window.
Yes.
Hey, so we can see land. You might want to check this out. We're all going to meet up on deck and have some breakfast.
Okay, thank you.
And so, Abe and Kaylee, they're going to come back out. Abe's going to take over. Dominic's going to go below decks and have a nap since he ran the ship overnight. And you guys come back out on the deck. Is that everybody? That's not everybody. Oh, yeah, you're here. Okay.
Yeah, I'm out front.
You're still out front.
And I would like to, roll perception. You know, since everybody comes out, I'd like to roll perception just to kind of give a quick
Okay.
glance about, see what happens, see who's out there. As you said, we're close to land.
Yeah, you're coming up. There is land just on the horizon that you can see, a beachfront out there.
Okay, nice. 17 on the die, and that gives me a 28.
28. The land, as you're coming to it, just appears to be a normal natural beach. But as you guys fly a little further, the land itself starts to change and shift. So let's see if I can give you an idea. No.
That's weird.
So a short ways in, the landscape begins to change. And it begins to look charred.
We lost the Zoom feed.
It's okay, we'll get it back in just a second. I'm doing other
Sorry.
stuff real quick.
Ah, yes. I just saw it. That is Scorch.
So just to give you an idea of what the area is starting to look like, it's more of this scarred and scorched landscape that seems to form almost a perfect circle around a central location. Along the outside edges of that circle, you see what appear to be massive 10, 12, 15 story tall structures, but they don't appear man-made. They look more like termite mounds.
Ew.
And they're dotted along the edge of this scorched area. You guys will be passing. You're not going to go directly over this. And Kaylee says that's the Scorched Lands. I don't know much about it, but
I warn you.
the legend says that the Hada of the original firepower is in the center of that, and his powers went out of control and destroyed the land all around it. But that's all I know.
Here's another thing. Those buildings reek.
So, okay, we're gonna just keep going with the perception roll that you had already rolled before.
28, yeah.
The closest one of those structures, you see a significant group of something. You can't tell what it is from this distance, but you see something take to the air and start moving towards the ship.
I relay that.
Okay.
Great.
Bessie takes out boss.
Bessie's armed.
Would knowledge history tell me anything about the Scorched Lands?
Roll it. You lived in Daid. There's lots of books there.
That's nat 20.
In the center of the Scorched Lands is Hodo Charon, or what used to be Hodo Charon. It is now Hada Charon. Hada being a Hodo that is no longer in use by a deity. This deity the firepower, you would know his name is Graydon. According to legends, he was instrumental in assisting humanity living through the dark times. He also had
My fifth husband told me about this.
your fifth husband, yes.
How many have there been, Sylviana?
Well, that I was actually married to.
And how many were you not actually married to?
Well, over the course of thousands of years.
It's none of your damn
That-
business
that's
is how
been-
many she was married to.
A great many.
A great many, she said. I don't know if you guys heard that.
Okay.
So Sylviana basically knows the entire story of the Scorched Lands. Graydon, the original primal power of fire, came into conflict with Shelik Ratan. Unfortunately, he was very close with humanity, close enough to the point that he married a mortal. Through his deific powers, he granted her extended life. Unfortunately, Shelik invaded his Hodo while he was away, and his wife was there alone. When Graydon returned to the tower, Shelik stood at the precipice, holding his mortal wife by the throat over the edge. And when Graydon did not succumb to Shelik's wishes, Shelik dropped her and killed her. And in his grief, every bit of his deific firepower exploded all at once and destroyed the land for about 100 miles in every direction.
We love to see it.
And that is the extent of the story that you would know. On a nat
Yeah,
20.
and I relay this as we're flying over.
Assumed.
Yes, my time in Hautahili while brief did actually give me some insight on the lands. From what I know of the Scorched Lands, people tend to mend themselves, but from what they know, they are very weird.
Why don't you, go ahead and roll knowledge local with advantage on this, since you are in the Helian area right now.
Alright, knowledge local. Ooh, that's a...
The figures in the sky are closing.
I relay that information.
Okay, so let's see. 18 plus 6 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like 24.
Celine takes out her crossbow.
Crossbow, noted. On a 24, Jamu knows that the Termite in the mounds. What?
I don't know why, but
Okay. Interesting.
that one got to me.
I'm gonna need you to cut it out. We're trying to concentrate here.
Sure.
The people that inhabit. Oh my god! Stop! You're killing me.
You're killing the vibe, dude.
Bruh.
Alright.
There is an insect-like
Ruining it.
race of beings that Jamu knows about called the cicadans. That they're not very friendly to outsiders, and they don't inhabit the scorched lands because it's basically an area that nothing living can exist in. But their mounds are all on the outside, and they. What did you roll again?
Like the 24.
A 24. They collect the remains of the Hada, the magically imbued stones that made up this divine tower. They collect them, but nobody really knows for what. They're not very friendly.
Yeah, so
And they are almost on you.
Okay.
yeah, so Okanady, if you could embiggen yourself and get out your
Of course,
phone
I mean, I'm already in big end and ready for action. Sorry, I thought that well, keep the little one on the thing because it's more accurate as far as the scale, but not really. Anyway, it
Okay.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, I
We're
recommend-
gonna. So 4 blocks is a 5 block, is a 5 foot.
Okay. That's
So-
going to be difficult, but okay.
I know.
I'll trust you.
I
to
didn't do
it.
the grid properly on this one, so
I'll trust you to do it the way it's supposed to be done.
okay. So, Kaylee runs below deck.
Ready yourselves, everyone.
We should have installed cannons in this thing.
Kaylee runs below.
Okay.
Rouses. She yells, "I'll get the captain," and she goes below deck.
Okay.
And just as Dominic stumbles sleepily back out onto the deck of the ship, roll initiative.
Great.
Hey.
Table's red. Let's do this. All right. I'm gonna need paper. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need a whole bunch of these.
My initiative rolls suck every time.
You can take a feat to fix that.
Okie dokie. Okay, so if you guys are flying in a loose formation,
Bruh. You are making noise. By the way. Didn't know if you just didn't think about it or not.
the first wave start to close in on the ship. I'm going to go around the table for initiatives. I will start with, oh crap, Sylviana,
13.
13. Okanady,
24.
nice. Mark,
You're muted and
Muted.
put it in the
11.
11.
chat. Good job.
Celine and Bessie,
To quote Celine's dice, fuck you. It's nat 20.
will you go first?
Bessie got a 14.
Does your die actually say fuck you?
It does.
And then on the nat one it says fuck me?
Yes.
Awesome, I love it.
These are the ones I got at the fair, remember?
Oh yeah.
I paid good money for them to tell me those bad things.
Been good things. Good thing in this case. Very good. Jamu, what'd you roll?
Lucky number 7.
Big fat 7 for the cat. And there's one group that hasn't rolled yet.
My last.
Your perception was a 24.
Perception check was 27.
27.
28 because it was a 17 on the die.
There you go. This group of 8 is coming in. There is another group of approximately the same size that's not far behind them
Okay,
and
I
is
relay.
closing on the ship.
I see 2 groups, one behind, one in front of the other. Is that correct positioning?
Yeah, and more are taking off. So, first up is obviously Celine with that big nat 20. I'm going to the board.
AKA FU.
Right. So number 1 is going to be Celine. Number 2 is going to be Okanady with the 24. Number 3 is going to be Bessie with the 14. Number 4 is going to be Silviana with the 13. Next up, we're going to have Mark with the 11. Next up,
Of course.
the Critters
And I'm last.
with an 8, and Jamu bringing up the rear.
Great.
Jamu wasn't awake all the way yet. He was too involved with his bacon and eggs this morning to be up for the fight. So, all right.
Mom, you know that one video of the dog that eats the ham and goes, yeah,
Yes,
that.
John.
Okay, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 8 of them.
Okay, I'm back, and I'm away from people who are cooking.
You're still
Welcome
upset
back,
now.
we.
Okay. Wow. All right. Sorry, just getting my numbers all fixed up here. We're in combat. They're closing in on the ship, and Celine is up first.
Okay.
From my vantage point,
Mm-hmm.
can I, because I can't honestly tell which one is me.
You're.
Are you doing something because it's not showing?
Yeah, I'm showing it right
That's
now. Are you not seeing it on the?
Not on the string. There. Okay.
7-second delay. Sorry.
Sorry. The one I'm going to shoot my crossbow, I am not aiming for a kill shot.
Okay.
I want it, diplomacy, as always, the princess. I want it to, what are they riding? Are they flying?
They're flying.
They're flying.
They
So
have they are these big brown insectoid creatures. They have one pronounced set of arms with 2 smaller sets underneath. This group they're like a deep chocolate brown almost, and these have these
Chocolate
huge
green.
translucent wings with the veins going through them that they're flying in on. Each of them is carrying a long spear.
I'm aiming for a wing on the one closest to me.
So you're aiming for
What
one
is
shot?
the range on your crossbow?
120 feet.
Oh, yeah, she hits.
You can basically hit any of them because they have closed to within about 20 feet of the ship. Well, honestly, they're actually closer than that to the rotor.
Okay.
But yeah, you can hit any of them. So if you want to aim for this one that's kind of out in front,
Indeed I do.
okay. Wing shot's going to be a called shot, so you're going to have to roll that with disadvantage.
Okay. Okay. Patrick, can you remind me what it's just with the I never use my crossbow. It's just straight what's on the D20.
No, it's straight on the D20. Let me see. Let me make sure. 1 second. I think it's on D20 plus your dex, but I'm not entirely sure on
For the
that.
crossbow, I believe it is a finesse weapon, and I think it's plus your dex. That sounds right.
12.
12. So as this crossbow bolt sails through the air, this first insect-like creature kind of ducks off out of the way, and it makes a clicking noise as it darts out of the way, and you have 2 actions left.
And it is your dex modifier.
I thought so.
And I had
Thank you.
disadvantage, so that's correct.
Disadvantage because of the called shot for the
Right,
round.
right. So I rolled twice, lowest roll,
Mm-hmm.
okay, plus my
And then
dex.
add your dex. That's exactly right. You got it. You got it.
For my second, because these bitches is closing in fast.
Indeed.
It's okay, I'll do that next time. Inspire courage.
Inspire courage. That's everybody within 30 feet, or it's 60 because you have war song, or are you not using
I'm
it?
not using war song.
So everybody
I'm
within
only
30 feet.
doing inspire courage. It's a +2 attack, +2 damage.
So that's you. +2 attack. +2 damage. Okanady is definitely within 30 feet. Bessie is definitely within 30
My
feet.
range for this is as long as I am perceivable.
So it's everybody.
Everybody on deck.
So Sylviana is close enough.
Does that include spells?
Mark is probably close enough he can hear you, yeah.
Probably.
And
He
Jamu.
doesn't have to be able to hear me. He only has to be able to perceive that I exist.
Yeah, everybody can see you, so good to go. All right, inspire courage. Everyone has +2 to attack and +2 damage, and it is on the big board, which the stream can't see. One day I'll put a camera on it.
I can't really
And does that include spell attacks?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
any attack, any
Okay.
damage. It's also side counterpoint, sub point, a +2 saving for charm and fear attacks.
Okay, so charms and fears, you'll also have a +2 against as well. Cool. That's 2. You still have a third action. It's not your turn.
Surge of Doom. Foster a sense
If you have a
of
question,
dread
maybe?
as long as the enemy is within 30 feet and can see and hear the bard. It is a mind-affecting fear effect.
Okay. So the 4 out front can be affected by this. They have to roll a will save, is that correct? If I remember Dirge of Doom properly?
I do not. Hold it. Must be within 30 feet, able to see and hear.
Yep, yep.
Effect persists for as long as the enemy is within the range of 30 feet.
Right?
Performance cannot cause a creature to become frightened or panicked. Mind affecting fear effect, and it relies on audible and visual components.
It does
Okay.
not say
There
anything
is
about
no.
it.
There
save.
is no save. So the front 4 are
Shaking.
in a shaken state. So let me... Oh god.
A shaking character takes a -2 penalty on attack roll, saving throws, skill checks, and ability checks.
So they get a -2 on basically everything right now. The front
So I
4.
+2 mine and -2 yours.
Well done.
Through 4. -2. to all checks and saves, right? Okay,
Can we get a read on that?
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's what it is.
that's it.
I read it.
Okay, so they are in a shaken state. Those front four. All right. That's 1, 2, and 3 for you, correct?
Yes.
Okanady, you're up. Bessie will be on deck.
Let's see here. Okanady will run, and he will move and slide in between the princess and the monsters, holding his action. Holding his 2 remaining actions until they get within range.
Okay. Holding 2 actions
To attack as soon as they get in range.
as soon as they get close enough. All right, Bessie. With Sylviana on deck.
Oh, it's me.
I'm just gonna call out to
What, Patrick, can you remind me what spell we gave Bessie? I don't have it written down.
For the latest one?
Yeah.
Whose turn is it?
1 second. It's Bessie.
It's Bessie with Okanady, not Okanady. It's Bessie with Sylviana on deck. Sorry.
Okay.
Yes, you're basically just avoid the scorched lands, but also keep us in range.
Right.
So, she's going to Aura of Courage.
Okay.
Each ally within 10 feet. So that's, I'm assuming Celine.
Celine and Okanady. Yeah, Celine and Okanady.
+4 on saving throws against fear.
+4 to fear for Celine and Okanady. Okay. Got it. All right. That's on the board.
And she wants to scream, intimidate. That she wants to do intimidate.
Okay.
Like that super.
Mm-hmm.
You trying to do like an Okanady scream?
She has one. She has the move.
Yeah. 2 of the 4 immediately. This one and this one begin to break into different directions, and they are no longer heading to. As she screams, they are both intimidated and start to fly off in different directions to go away from her.
She holds her action until there is one within reach of
Hold the
us.
third. Sylviana, that's you. Mark, you're on deck and upside down.
Okay.
Yeah, put me at the edge, please.
Okay. That's 1.
Oh, for heaven's sake. Cold lightning.
Okay.
Yeah, lightning them.
Is that single target or multi? I don't remember.
Sylviana used Thunderbolt. It was super effective.
Pretty much, yeah. What's the range? How many does it affect?
Hang on. Immediately upon completion of the spell, and once per round thereafter, you can call down a 5-foot wide, 30-foot long vertical bolt of lightning that deals 3d6 points of electricity damage.
Okay.
Any creature in the target square or in the path of the bolt is affected.
It said vertical but not horizontal, so it comes down from the sky.
Right.
Okay.
But if there were multi-levels of them.
Yeah, they're all basically on a horizontal plane, just because we don't have any real way to deal with a 3-dimensional situation.
Yeah.
So do
So wait, what's the weather like?
Well, it was pretty clear before, but there are some clouds overhead now. They are starting to gather above you as you
Okay, because
Aurora Monroe
ordinarily
this
it's
ship.
3d6, but if you're outside and in a stormy area, it's 3d10.
It's going to be
Instead of
3d6. It was clear skies before. This is a centralized
that's why I
cloud
asked.
that's specifically for your spell.
Pretty. And
Do I get reflex save, and which one are you going for?
Furthest one back.
The one all the way in the back, and is it a reflex save or no? To have
Let me
damage?
check. It doesn't actually. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, reflex halves it.
Reflex to half. All right. So the guy in the back, this one here, I guess.
Points of damage if he doesn't.
Oh,
this
no.
reflex save.
He critical failed. I just rolled a nat 1, so that guy's going to take double damage.
Like I said,
So,
Sylviana
10
cast
becomes
Thunderbolt.
20.
Oh, so 20 damage on the one in the back.
Sylviana cast
A
Thunderbolt.
cloud forms in the sky, and the one farthest back is just blasted, and lightning arcs all the way through its carapace and across its body and out to the tips of its wings, and it did not enjoy that.
Call me a bug zapper.
You are a bug zapper. There you go. That's 2.
And I'll do it again to the one beside it.
The one directly to the side of it right here.
I just sort of say it arcs over.
What's your spell DC? It's 10
Oh,
plus your caster level.
20.
So 20.
10
Isn't
plus
it also
10.
plus like caster?
Caster level
Spell
plus spell
modifier?
level. It's
Okay. Spell level. This is a 3rd level spell.
so 23 altogether. 10 plus caster level plus spell level.
Sure.
23.
Looks 20. Let's run with it.
Nope, he didn't get it. Roll full damage.
Twelve.
12. Okay. Another bolt of lightning arcs down out of the sky and zaps that second one. That's 1, 2, and 3 for you. Right? Arc, you're up.
Okay. Let's see.
Shoot, I can't do. I'm sorry. I goofed. I can't do that a second time. I only had one prepared. Oops.
It's okay. We'll just keep.
So these things
We'll
are
keep
flying,
going.
correct?
They are flying, yes. We'll just keep going for
How
now.
far away from them am I?
A lot. Let's see.
I guess we shortened your range by one.
You're about 30 to 35 feet from the one that's closest to you. From the one in the back, you're looking at you're within 60 feet of all of them.
Okay.
And I didn't include the sound effect. Sorry.
Oh, so they're both going to take an additional 2 points of damage. So I'll go ahead and mark that for both of them.
Well. Okay.
Okay.
I would like to cast Create Water above the one that is closest to me.
All right. Create water. That just
This
creates how much water
creates
again?
up to 2 gallons of water per level. So I create 14 gallons of water above this one thing and just dump it on them.
Roll a spell attack for me.
This is
Clever.
a cantrip. So, let me roll.
Yeah, I admit it's pretty clever.
That's 5. Because of my list. Don't I add my, plus 5 is... 22.
22. I rolled a reflex save just to see. It was not great.
That's 100. If you had 14 gallons, that's 116.2 gallons of water.
Let's just thank you.
116.2
Thank you for doing the math on that for me.
pounds
Thanks
of
a bunch
water.
for that. What do we know happens to insects when their wings are wet?
They can't
They
fly.
fall.
They fall.
down, go bye-bye.
That one is
That was
immediately
my goal.
drenched and falls
14 gallons of water.
and far, far, far below. You don't even hear it. You just barely see it because you guys are so far up in the air, but that one's gone.
Yeah, with how far up we are, hitting the water at this height would be like hitting concrete.
Oh, yeah.
He's dead.
No way. Hey, so how far am I away from the next one?
Oh. Depends on which one you want to go for. That's...
The next closest one.
And that was a cantrip, so he doesn't take a spell slot.
You're about 45 feet from this one and about 50 from that one. Give or take.
5 foot step. I'm taking a 5 foot step towards the one I'm 45 feet away from.
And that was a free action again, so...
Okay, so the one that's closest to the ship right now.
Now I am 40 feet
That was
away,
free.
so I use it again.
Okie dokie.
Yeah.
Rolling a reflex save.
23.
Your spell DC is a 23.
I rolled an attack. I rolled an attack.
You drench a second one and it falls from the sky.
Bug zapper and water cannon. Gotcha.
And you still have a third action because the 5 foot step was free.
I would like to get closer to the... I would like to move to where I'm within 40 feet of the rest.
He's gonna kill all of your monsters with
I'm
the
gonna
water.
I'm gonna put you right on the edge of the ship, facing these approaching. Now,
Yeah.
that's your 3. Now it's my turn.
Oh god.
We're all gonna die.
Y'all may die.
The
Shut up, tree.
first thing that happens is as they watch their companions be drenched with water from nowhere and tumble from the sky to the water hundreds of feet below, their solid red, almost like marble eyes begin to dart, and all of them start to make a low, terrifying, otherworldly sound. And I need everyone to roll a fort save, please.
Is this a fear thing?
What's
No.
the? Oh, it's
Oh, good.
I'll go around the
See
table.
what?
I'll start fort save. Jamu's re-rolling. I got his hero coin. I'll start with you, Sylviana. Fortitude save.
19 plus 9
Dice game.
is 28.
28.
You're good. Okanady.
17.
17. You are deafened.
Okay.
Which means Sylviana's, not Sylviana, Celine's bonuses no longer affect you. Wait, that's not true because it's
Incorrect.
not a
It's not
sound based.
Sound, it's perception.
The +4 to fear would go away because that was a spell. Okay, no, never mind. But you are deafened.
Okay, I'll look up Deafened.
I can tell you exactly what it is. Hang on, I gotta get my eyeballs. They're around here somewhere. Okay. So deafened, basically you take a -2 penalty to perception checks.
Okay. Cool.
So that's where you're at. And anything that is sound-based
Doesn't affect
you
Great.
right now. So let's move on to whoever's next, which I'm guessing is going to be Mark. What'd you get?
18.
18 is the DC. You're fine. Woo! Selena and Bessie.
Bessie got 23.
Good to go. No problem.
And Celine got whatever 15 plus 8 is.
23.
It's enough.
23.
Okay.
Jamu,
13.
you're deaf. You are deafened. So Okanady and Jamu were the only ones that actually got affected by that. Is that right?
Yep.
I lost my marker. Good news is, got a backup.
You were just losing the day. You lost your
I
eyes.
always do.
Like, I will look for your eyes, but...
They're right here.
Okay.
And they're right next to my marker.
Ah!
Okay. So you two are deafened. And what's their movement speed?
That was one action.
That was one action. Now the good news is that was one action from all of them. These two can't go towards Bessie. So, yeah, okay. This one moves 30 feet and makes an attack roll.
Oh no, I know what he's doing.
Who's he attacking?
He's not attacking.
The ship.
Okay.
Oh Jesus.
He's-
Oh, no, the hell you're not.
He's going straight for the engine.
Hold on. Can he go straight for the engine? Is the engine outside?
Nope.
The
He's
rotor,
attacking the
rotor. He's
propellers.
attacking the rotor on the side there. He is attacking the ship. These things are relatively intelligent. They're sentient creatures, so
Clearly not. They're attacking us.
okay. And he drives his spear. He's trying to, but it kind of bounces off. It definitely nicks one of the blades.
I'm gonna have to do some repairs when we get to Hot Healy.
Don't worry about repairs now. Let's murder
And
him.
then he's going to take a second attack on that same one. And he misses the second time, bounces off ineffectually.
Ah!
The second one, has to use his entire move, but it takes him all the way over to that one. But one action for all of them was the droning scream. Everybody has to use an action to do that. This one is going to move up and take 2 attacks on the engine there.
Yeah.
First one hits. Second one also hits. So
Wait, how is he going to take 2 attacks? He had to use a move action.
oh, you're right. He only got 1.
And
You're right.
secondarily,
And also
I'm holding an action.
You are. So he comes in and hits that, but he is within your range, so you definitely can hit that one
I'm
now.
taking my turn now.
Yeah. Go ahead and take your 2 actions
I'm
for
gonna
sure.
crush his face, not calling a shot or anything,
Right.
Why do you have a mustache?
because I do what I want. Does a... Hold on. Where's my shit? I'm trying to use this sheet thing. It's confusing. There it is. So that's a 24 plus 2 is 26. That
Yeah,
hits.
26 hits.
Okay. And so that's for 2d8 plus 7
Excellent.
plus 9 actually. So that's 15 points of damage.
15. Got it.
Yep. And then I take my second attack.
Go for it.
Oof. That's a 2, 18, 20.
20 hits.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead and roll damage on that second one.
That's 9 plus 9, 18 points of damage on that guy.
I don't remember if I had a base attack bonus.
Okay. That guy got schmacked. Oh no. They're still going.
What? Oh.
This one's going to break off and take 2 attacks. This one's going to break to here and take 2 attacks. This one is going to go under the ship and back up, but that's going to be his full move. So I've got 4 attacks on the ship incoming.
So,
Remember, all
free
they
action, protect the ship.
You do remember that Bessie held an action.
Yeah, is
Is
she...
anybody within range of boss?
Boss is 10 feet? No, nobody's within range. So the first 2 hits, both hit. 6, 16.
remember these all took 1 action to.
And then these 2 will both be -5 because they're second attacks. One was a 0 and one was a -1. The second 2 attacks both
He
miss.
accidentally fixes the propeller by hitting it.
Just about. And that's it for them. Jamu, you're up. You are currently on top of the crane.
Okay. So, these things obviously seem to know what they're doing by attacking the propellers. So, let me look at my spells real quick.
Okay.
This is the point where you would use spells, yes. Thank you.
Okay, I'm actually gonna hop down, which will be my first action.
D8 water.
Roll acrobatics for me.
Acrobatics, I got that. 16.
You're fine.
Aye.
Just want to make sure you didn't bork the landing.
Is there any way we can full
Cats
screen
don't work.
the map on the stream?
Yeah, absolutely. I can full screen that. Give me a sec.
Yeah, that will help with for Celine.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I know, I'm close to Celine. Hey Celine, True Strike.
What?
True Strike, you get a +20 to your next attack roll. Second, Magic Missile, that guy. And that's not a save, so
Magic missile on which one?
that guy.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead and
So
roll.
Roll a d4.
Yep, D4 plus 1, right?
Yep, d4 plus 1. That's a 5.
Okay. Got it.
Max damage.
And I'm also
You got 1
gonna,
action left.
And then I'm gonna True Strike open a.
No, you don't have an action left. You jump down, you true strike Celine, and then you magic
Yeah.
missile. I'm
Thank
sorry.
you.
Sorry.
Thank you.
So
Plus, like an 80
Celine's...
doesn't need it.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
Celine's next strike is +20 to hit.
Yep. Basically, her next attack hits.
You get +22 on your next strike.
Like I
Oh,
Dang.
so here's what's about to happen. The last person in the initiative order is Captain Dominic.
said. Ooh.
Captain Dominic immediately runs up the stairs, shoves Okanady out of the way,
Hey.
yells to everyone on the ship, "Hold on!"
Oh shit.
And the ship rolls away from the 4 that are attacking on this side.
You
I need everyone... Everybody needs to roll me a d20 and add your dex bonus to it, please.
I got
Oh,
this.
thanks. Thanks, dude.
Decks for everybody. I will go around the table. I will start with Sylviana.
Eight, 9.
Ooh.
9. Sylviana, as the ship rolls, you are knocked prone. Oh, Canady.
Am I knocked prone or do I fly off?
No. You don't fly off. You just fall over.
I mean, it's a 19 plus.
You're fine.
Like 3.
You're fine. Mark, how'd you do on that dex roll?
Nat 20.
Nice.
Mark is as steady as a stone.
Oh.
Wah, wah.
Yeah.
Celine and Bessie, how'd you guys do?
Celine is an 18.
You're good?
Bessie rolled a nat 20.
Oh.
Bessie is also solid. Solid as a rock. Jamu,
21.
21, you're fine too. You dig your claws in and you scratch up, and Captain Dominic's like, bruh, come on, the deck.
I'll mend it later.
So these guys immediately, 5, 10, 15, 20. 20. So they are back further away. The ship is going to make 2 attack rolls against the 2 that are on the other side. He is rolling this way, so he is rolling into the 2 cicadans that are over there.
All of them.
And destroys both of them, just boom, boom, and they explode into little pieces of carapace and little chunks of wings and arms fly around as the ship just smashes into them and
Like a bug on a windshield.
Come on, man.
exactly like a bug on a windshield. I have disturbed our production assistant with my loud noises. I'm really sorry about that. In case anyone's new to the stream, our production assistant is the dog.
Her
Celine.
name is Rugaroo and she is perfect.
Her name is Rugaroo.
Yes, if you would like to make an attack roll, you have a plus 24.
Celine, you're up. Okanady, you're on deck. That was 1 round. That was for me, not for you guys. Sorry.
How many cicadas have we murdered?
About 2.
Well, we started
No,
with 8 and there are 4 left. You've
is
murdered
there
4
anybody
of them.
within range of my 120-foot crossbow?
Yeah, pretty much all of them.
Who's closest?
Number 3 right here is closest.
Okay, give me 7 seconds and I'll know where you're pointing. Okay, I'm aiming for that one.
Okay.
22. Does it
22 hits. 22 definitely hits. Yes. Hey, babe.
So, that is my 6 damage. 6 points, I guess.
6 points of damage against that one.
Yeah, you're not gonna with the crossbow. You're not gonna add. It's only gonna be a.
Yeah, I don't have weapons focus. It's just.
Okay, so 6 points of damage. That one is very clearly injured. One of his smaller arms is fallen off at this point. He's in bad shape.
Get rid of it.
Okay, you got 2 actions left.
Don't forget about the free action. I say don't forget about the second group that's incoming.
Oh yeah.
There is a second group coming.
Yeah, and I can murder them.
Okay, go ahead and roll perception again real quick as a free action.
Okay. 7 plus bullshit.
Yes, that is what I need. 7 plus bullshit.
Watch your mouth.
This view works a lot better. Thank you.
For combat, yeah, that was a good call.
Good, yeah.
That was a good call.
18.
18. On an 18, there is a third group coming as well.
Oh.
I relayed that.
Mother of pearl. As a cantrip, I cast Forbidden Ward. So everyone within 30 feet of me gets a +1 to AC.
That's pretty much everybody except Dominic and Abe. So +1 to AC for everybody.
Who's deaf?
Me.
Oh, Okanady and Jamu are deaf. They don't get it, huh?
This is a somatic verbal cast.
Yep. So everybody except them.
Fine.
No.
I'm okay. I'd like to yeet the cat again.
No.
Cat eating incoming.
It's
No.
still my turn.
She's still got 2 actions left.
Okay.
Okay, so
That's my
everybody,
turn. I'm gonna yeet you.
everybody other than Okanady and Jamu now have +1 to their AC. So if you guys want to note that on your sheets, I've got it on the board. I'll try to remind you. That was not an attack, so you still have your +22. No, that was
An action.
you shot with the crossbow.
Yeah, that was my attack.
That was the +22, so
Yeah.
you're back to +2.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you definitely hit with that. Okay. Got it. You have 1 left.
Who am I next to? Can I touch anyone?
You can touch Bessie, Okanady, or Mark.
Or me.
Or no, Jamu's a little bit further away. He's about 5 feet out.
Oh.
Who has Cat's Grace?
Nobody right now.
Oh, do you need that?
No, I'm good.
Then I'm going to give it to, well, if he doesn't need it.
I don't know if I'll need it or not. They haven't hit me yet.
I can't touch Jamu,
You could take a free action and move 5 feet and touch him. Yeah.
but I've already used 2 actions.
Free action is
Free
an
action.
5 foot.
You can take that 5 foot slide,
I'm gonna slide over to Jamu.
Cha-cha real smooth.
and then X gonna give it to you. All right, what? Cal gonna give it to you?
Circle of Protection.
Oh, for Jamu?
Yep.
Which
10-foot emanation centered on Jamu. Ward against a specific alignment.
What alignment would you like to ward against?
Hey guys, do we have any guesses?
Roll knowledge, nature.
They're going to be neutral if I had to venture a guess.
No, is this a sling?
The sling. I'm letting you free action roll knowledge, nature. This doesn't take much time to think about things, right?
10.
A 10. Yeah, you don't really know.
Fudge nuggets.
Can I offer assistance and give her advantage?
No. Because that was a free action. Everything is happening very fast right now.
Okay.
What alignment would you like to protect the Gato against?
I'm just gonna go evil because I don't freaking know.
Protect from...
Everybody within 10 feet. So creatures in the area, which is within 10 feet of Jamu, get a +1 to AC against evil.
Okay.
+3 against effects from such creatures that directly control the target and attack.
Okay. Noted, and that's your 3, correct?
Unfortunately.
Okanady, you're up. Bessie is on deck.
Do not throw me.
Well, it's either that or I have to throw the stupid javelin.
Well, if you can't throw me, if I fall from this height, I will die.
Let's see. How far out are they? They're pretty
From
good
you?
ways.
This one's about 30. This one's about 35. About the same over here.
All right,
30,
I will
30
in
to
fact-
35.
I will in fact make 1 yeet of a javelin at. I wanted to say that so you'd freak out a little bit.
Yeet is a very specific word. I saw you were trying to give him a little bit of a pucker factor there. That's good.
So that one that's closest, it's a 30-foot range.
This one or this one?
The one that's closest, whichever one's about 30 feet.
We'll go with this one.
Sure, that works. All right, and so that is a 6 plus 16 plus 2. That's 18.
18 against that one.
Yeah, 8. Well, yeah, plus my dex, which is 3, so 21.
21.
Yeah.
Heard. Okay, that guy was previously undamaged, but now is in pretty rough shape.
No. That's to hit. That's not.
Oh yeah, that hits. I'm sorry. Okay.
So can somebody roll a d6 for me?
Yeah, I got you.
Sorry, I'm resetting his hit points.
Got 4.
All right, so he gets 4 damage on that one.
Oh, so only 4.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were doing like 26 damage with
No,
a javelin.
no.
I should have known that wasn't right, like, because that javelins, those are like little goblet spears that you chuck. So they're like 1d4, right?
1d6 for
1d6.
me is a large.
Oh, yeah, because you're a big boy. Hello, puppy. Welcome back. You got 2 actions. Are you keeping track of how many of those spears you
Yeah,
have?
that just occurred to me. I need to take one out.
Yeah. Okay. Just a friendly reminder. I trust you, but if you're anything like me, you forget stuff in the heat of battle. It happens. Rawr.
25. All right, so
Michael. Will you grab me my most important ingredient?
his beer.
I was trying not to say.
Why?
Well, I do mark our streams as not for children, so.
I mean, but drinking a beer is not
Which one you want? Liquid Death or?
liquid
Those are
death.
not beer, those are water.
I'll just come get it.
No, I found them.
Okay. There's not many.
Should be only one or so.
2. There should be 2 left.
So,
Ultra.
no, I'm
Thank
gonna,
you.
I'm gonna hang on to my 2.
You're holding your 2 actions.
Yeah.
Heard. Cool. Bessie is up. Sylviana is on deck. Literally, Sylviana is on the deck.
Yeah.
Well, wait a second. Before I do that, can I leap out onto that rotor, or is that something that's not?
You absolutely can do that if you would like.
Is
Well,
that gonna hurt us?
That's the question that I'm asking.
Okay. So let me kind of describe. There is a crystal in the center.
Yeah.
There is a rotor that it's like a brass ring with the fan blades attached to it that circles around the crystal, which is kind of held in the center. And then there is a, like, you can kind of see there's almost like a cage around the rotor. So if you jump on it, you're not going to fall in it and get, like, turned into firewood.
Blended. Yeah.
Yeah. So you definitely can move out there if you would like. For sure.
That's good information to know, but I'll wait.
Okay. Holding your
Alright.
2. Bessie's up. Sylviana's on deck.
Bessie would like to use her first action to move towards the railing.
Where everybody else is lined up.
Kind of more between Syl and I guess that's the cat in front of the cat.
There.
Yeah.
Okay. That's 1.
Can we, detect evil?
Absolutely. No evil detected in the area. Except for a slight ping off Jamu.
Hey!
You take a shower every now and then, that wouldn't happen.
Oh,
Ah!
savage.
Dang!
Murdered by words.
I do showers!
Occasionally.
Intermittent. Let's say.
I'm a cat. I made myself.
I'm not real sure that was an in-character comment.
It was
But okay.
totally an in-character comment.
All right,
It was
well,
totally
you know.
in character.
Sometimes you smell like Lipton soup mix, bruh. I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, it's a very specific smell. So Bessie moved. She's got 2 actions. No, Bessie moved and then she detected evil. They are not evil. Knowing what you now know, it's an insect hive that is very territorial, and they are protecting their airspace, pretty much. They are neutral creatures. But they would very much like you to not be there.
About to be.
She's gonna hold until she can reach.
She's going to hold her 3rd action. Very good. Sylviana, you're up. Mark, who I can't see anymore or hear, so hopefully he's there.
That is, you can hear me.
Okay.
I'm just laying down, and that doesn't show up well on camera, so I turned my camera off.
Wow, the camera's teeny tiny right now anyway. So Sylviana, you're up. Mark, you're on deck.
So, action 1.
Stand up.
I stand up.
Action 1.
Action 2, concentration, continue the call lightning spell and zap another one.
Alrighty then. You can zap that one that's closest to you right here, if you would like, or...
The furthest one.
Before we do that, let me have you do a... stop. Wait. Okanady.
Yes.
Roll a... I forgot. Go ahead and roll a flat 20. A flat 20 check.
5.
5 is what it was. Your ears stop ringing. You are okay.
Can't I do that too?
Not yet, because it's not your turn. Sylviana, because you were knocked down and hit the deck, I'm going to need you to make a concentration roll to make sure that that spell is still up and active before you do that.
Okay. And that's a 20 plus a what?
Concentration roll is... it's fortitude, right?
What?
No, it's will. So you roll a flat 20 plus your will.
Okay. So 29.
Concentration's still up. You're good.
Go back to you. Bye.
So, let me know... Oh, I got to do a reflex save for this guy, right?
Yeah.
That is a 22. I don't think that does it.
You need a 23.
Dang. Okay, so 22. You're blasting this guy. Roll full damage.
Nine.
Okay.
And my 3rd action, the hive mind. I wonder what psychic damage will do to a hive mind.
Oh crap.
Light rod, Citherde.
Citherde. Everybody instantly sees the pool, the alien pool with the moonlight on it, as the end of the rod begins to glow. You aiming for the same one?
No, I'm aiming for the least damaged one.
So that's going to be the one that's next to him over here. That one.
Is it within 60 feet?
Yep.
Awesome.
And
And
that's a
that-
will save to see.
Oh no.
What's the DC on the rod?
DC 15 will save to half damage.
Rolled 12 on the die, so that's an 18. It's going to be half damage.
Bitch, 2d6, rolled 12.
So 6 points of damage. The rod explodes. And all 4 of them are physically zapped. As that happens, this one The light fades from its eyes. Its wings stop flapping. And it down into the water below. Let's calculate damage for the rest of them. Okay. It was 6, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Half of 6.
There-
Or half of 12. is
Half of
6.
12 is 6. Okay, there are still
I can
3 remaining. That
Wow.
rod has 1 charge left for the day.
Actually, no, it's a new day, isn't it?
No, it's the same thing.
No, he's right. It has 2 charges left.
Ha!
Because you guys took a long rest while you were flying.
You're right.
He's absolutely
Yes, sir.
right.
I keep track of time.
Thank you. So you have 1 action left.
No, that was all 3. I stood up, maintained the spell,
Oh,
and
You
as a
fired
standard
one.
action, and I prepared it.
okay. So that's it for Sylviana. Mark, you're up.
Well, since I can use cantrips infinitely, might as well.
Oh god,
He's drenching the next one. I'm guessing you want the one closest?
Okay, I want to see if I can drench the one furthest.
What's the range on that spell?
Pretty.
40? Yeah, you can hit all of them. You can hit any of them you want.
Nice. I'm hitting all of them. All 3 actions used to just drench them.
did they all die? Are they all?
That one falls. The other 2 made their reflex saves.
Dang.
Hey. This is individual rolls.
I rolled 3 dice
Because I
simultaneously.
have to. Huh?
I rolled 3 dice simultaneously to see if they made their reflex saves.
Yeah, but like this is individual rolls because I need to roll an attack roll.
Oh, you need to roll to hit? Alright, well I'll put him back. Okay.
By the way, it's a nat. By the way, I hit a nat 20. just take him back off.
That dude is in limbo. He's like, I'm dead. and
Alright,
I'm
roll the other
dead.
2.
Okay. Well, that's a 2.
Yeah, that guy ducks out of the way of your, what'd you say, 143 gallons of water?
116 pounds.
It was
of
17.
water.
116 pounds.
Sorry, 14.
Alright.
14.
The other 2 are fine. They managed to avoid your Blastoise. Blastoise uses water
No,
pulse.
last one is 24.
24. That one hits, but he did make the reflex save. So it doesn't knock him out of the sky because he makes the reflex save. But that spell doesn't do damage on its own, does it?
No, this is just to knock them out of
Just
the sky.
water. Okay. So you
Also a cantrip. So,
you would have hit, but he made his reflex save. So you hit him. He's wet, but he's not wet enough to fall. He manages to maintain his aloftedness.
Aren't cantrip? Wait, is it D&D or this that you can use cantrips as bonus actions?
Cantrips are used, and they do use an action.
Okay, so it's 5e that you can use it as a bonus action.
I believe so.
Okay.
All right. So that's it for Mark. The
Yeah.
monsters at this point.
Are pretty beat up.
Well, you know what? At this point, a very familiar sound happens.
Oh god.
You hear that sound of the sonic boom, and the Helian crest appears not far from you guys.
Oh.
Behind you by maybe a couple of miles, but it comes back into existence where you can see it. The second and third groups of cicadans break off and go towards the Helian crest rather than coming for you. These last two are going to make a last ditch effort. They're both going to move to this back rotor and take a pair of attacks each. Miss. Cocked. Miss. Third attack, miss. Fourth attack, miss. They're attacking, but they're not able to get any purchase on the rotor back there at this point. After they finish attacking, they both turn their heads to the groups that are flying towards the crest, and they both break off their attack and start to leave you guys alone. At this point, you guys are out of combat and they're gone.
Okay.
They're flying off.
Immediately turn to Dominic. Get us to Hatahili now!
Oh. I'm going. Let's go.
Johnny starts mending.
Why are you yelling at the captain?
He's already going. I mean, he was doing evasives.
He doesn't know how loud he is.
That's true. He is.
He's still deaf.
Yes, I am. Johnny puts his hands together, rubs them, starts mending everything he can on the ship.
All right. Good to know.
So
go ahead and roll me a flat D20.
That is 19.
You're no longer deaf. Okay, you guys are out of combat. The cicadans have broken off, and they are, a whole buttload of them are now starting to, you can see off the back of the ship, they're starting to surround the Helian crest.
They'll be fine. Plus Kilborn is on that ship, and he's kind of a douche.
All right.
Are we sure they're gonna be fine?
Probably.
Should we care?
In the spirit of the games, yes.
No, I mean, this is a challenge. Probably not an official challenge, but a challenge.
Did you see that thing? It's probably got cannons a buttload.
You're right.
I'm going to spend another challenge.
Oh.
Saturday.
You're just gonna blast them as they're flying away?
If they are a hive mind and all connected, that should give the Helium crest a slight advantage
Okay. Go ahead and
in
roll
dealing
the.
with them.
Go ahead and roll to hit, even though we're out of combat-ish. Go ahead and roll to hit.
On the die.
How much?
18 on the die.
18 on the die plus what?
It doesn't have a to hit thing.
Oh. So they get to roll a will save is how that works.
DC 15 will save to have damage.
Okay. $15?
Yeah.
They both failed. Go ahead and roll damage.
8.
8 points of damage.
So that entire hive mind took 8 points of damage. Uh-oh.
As Sylviana hits again, half of the group that was heading towards the Helium, that second group that was heading towards the crest, as they all get hit with damage, they turn and start coming towards the ship again.
Sylviana.
But you've got time before they get there. So,
Got it.
Got it.
how much was the damage?
8.
8.
Why did you do that? Why?
Okay.
Trying to be helpful.
Those two are Those two are once again coming in to attack the ship, and one of the groups of 8 is headed towards the crest, and the other group of 8 is coming towards you. Okanady, survival. Roll survival check real quick.
Why is this only Okanady?
Because he's your strategist.
That's a solid 13.
Your best guess, somewhere between 1 and 4 minutes before the second group hits the ship.
Oh,
Okay. So I relay that
that's
information.
40 rounds.
Okay.
At least 10 rounds.
Okay, Jamu, you're up. Celine, you're on deck.
Okay.
So
We
we
are-
gotta wait 40 rounds.
Yeah. We'll speed it up when we get to that point, though.
Okay, first, free action. I started yelling to Dominic, is there any way we could get some kind of boost? Like, make the ship go faster?
Kaylee, I'm giving her all she's got, Captain.
Okay, again, still free action. Mark, with me, below deck.
Why?
We're gonna give the ship a boost.
How?
Just follow my lead.
No.
He's winging it! Clearly he's winging it.
Great. Jamu.
Full round, go below deck.
Full round.
Full action.
I'm preparing to dump all these things into the ocean with 20 million
Jamu is off the board and below deck. We're just going to put you over here
I
for now.
am filling. I am.
Hey,
okay.
you know what? What's done is done. He's underneath.
I'm
Celine.
preparing 40 million actions to dump all to create enough water to fill a small ocean.
Celine, you're up. Okanady, you're on deck.
Okay. I'll be holding
What,
it.
what am I looking at? There's 2 on the rotor?
There's 2 on the back rotor. Yeah.
I thought they left.
They were gonna.
And then
They
Sylviana
they
did
were
a
done with
second
you guys, and then
blast.
Sylviana hit them with Psychic Blast again, and so now not only are those 2 attacking you again,
But now there's another
but now
8
the
coming at us.
group that was going to go mess with the flyer that's closer to their territory,
Okay.
they're
Then-
coming for you again too.
Cool.
Oh yeah, are we moving?
Oh yeah,
Then how are they going? Then how fast are they that they can catch up?
their move speed is 50 feet when they're flying,
Ah,
and right now they're kind of grabbed on and stabbing.
well, yeah. The ones that are on the thing, I can understand. The ones that are chasing us,
They would have a hard time catching you, yes.
yeah.
At the speed you're moving now, that Dominic's at the helm and is kind of evasive maneuvering, yeah. Celine? She might have fallen asleep.
No, she's reading.
Did we decide that I can't use shield on other things? It has to be on myself.
I believe that's what we ended up seeing, that it was a self only. But I will double check if you would like.
Can I duct tape them?
No, duct tape is very specifically just for the other members of your party.
Magic missile.
Okay. No save, roll damage. How many of them you doing? You're just going to unload all 3?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's 3d4.
3d4 plus 3.
Plus my song, so plus 2
So plus 5 in total.
Mm-hmm.
for each one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it's going to be 3d4 plus 3, 6, 9. 3d4 plus 9. I did that right?
3, 6, 7 plus minus
16 on the closest one.
Yeah.
Okay. That guy's pretty beat up. That's it. 1, 2, 3, magic missile. All right. Okanady, you're up. Bessie's on deck.
Using my feet, I would like to run to the back of the rotor, and I'm gonna see. Can I reach? I mean, I know I can get there. My movement's 50 feet.
Absolutely.
All
You can get there in 1.
Okay, and so I would like to attack the one that's the most damaged, most beat up.
That's this one.
Okay. That is a crit.
Okay. It's always a crit.
No, the last attacks weren't.
It crits a lot.
That's 7, 9, 14. 14 plus 9 is what? 24? 23? Yeah, 23 damage.
That guy's obliterated and breaks into pieces and falls.
I'm gonna attack the other guy,
Okay.
and that is a not crit. Thank you very much.
It's because you didn't use that Badger's spell of ass whoopery or whatever it's called.
Adder's Fury?
That's a 7 plus an 11. That's
7 plus 11 to
18.
hit is 18. 18
Yeah.
misses,
Okay.
I think. Yep, 18 just barely misses.
Okay.
And that's it for yours. Bessie is up.
Bessie is going to, which direction are the next attacks coming from?
In front and to the right.
That means nothing to me.
Over here.
Bessie's going to run up there.
That
As far
would
as
be-
she can.
That would be, if she goes there, she'll be in the best position to intercept if the other group can even catch you.
And she holds.
Holding 2 actions. Sylviana, you're up. Mark, you're on deck.
Okay. So, another lightning on the one on the rotor,
Okay.
and I have a question.
Okay.
So, control winds. Could I push us faster?
With control winds, I don't think you can push the ship faster because it's too big, but you could push the cicadan away.
Not the cicadan I'm blasting, but the rest of them.
What's the range on that spell?
40 feet per level. So 400 feet.
Sure, go for it.
Yes, have some.
Yes, have some. Okay, so yeah, the other group of cicadans is pushed with a gust of wind and is even further away than they were before. At this point, with that spell, they're going to have trouble catching up with the ship. At the speed that this thing moves and the speed that they move, they're probably not going to catch you now. The Helion Crest's arrival delayed them just long enough. So,
Nice.
that's one action. You got 2 left.
And like I said, lightning the one that's on the rotor.
Okay, it's going to be half damage. He did make the reflex save.
Okay.
But, what's that half damage?
Just thought. Three.
Okay. You have one action left as lightning once again sparks through this thing's body.
Yeah, just apologize profusely. I
Okay.
know, speech is a free action.
Yeah, it is. My bad, bro. Didn't mean to zap you with lightning to death.
No, not apologize to it. Apologize to the rest of the team.
Oh, because of the hive mind, they turned on you again. But, yeah, well.
Oh, how they knew where it came from is beyond me.
Oh, no, that thing... When you use that
Maybe
rod,
because of the
everyone
giant
around
beam of light.
knows. Everyone knows where that attack came from when you use that rod. It's not sneaky.
Maybe it's because of the giant beam of light that came out?
Fair enough. But yeah, I was just
All right.
in the spirit of unity, trying to help.
One action left. What you got?
I got nothing.
You're done. Okay, you're tapped. Mark, you're up.
Oh,
Ala'a.
Allah.
All right,
The what a swat.
roll to hit.
Miss.
Okay.
Miss. And a hit.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the reflex save. He's going. You're out of combat. That one falls into the murky waters below, and you guys are done.
Somebody tell the
After
cat.
having 42 gallons of water poured on him at once.
And that's it. You guys are done. You're out of combat. And you are far enough away at this point that the other groups aren't going to come to you. Off in the distance, the Helian Crest, you see smoke starting to rise from his ship. So
It's
Giram Kilborn is having a bad time with a large group of cicadans that are now swarming around his ship.
Yes, just as many robots.
And that's it. You guys are done. And Jami, what are you doing? You're still on below deck. Were you about to do something?
Jamu is rubbing his paws together, building up magic in order to give the engines a boost.
What spell are you going to try to use?
Celine sticks her head down through the little passageway. Cat, they're gone!
Oh. Oh, okay. Well, that I guess I'll come under then. And he just kind of walks up.
Kaylee also at this point walks up to you, smacks your paw and says, "No, bad kitty, don't touch my engines." What's wrong with you? Get out of here. You kind of skirt the outside of the Scorched Lands for the rest of the way. You can still see the termite mounds way off in the distance, but Dominic is keeping a little bit further away from them at this point. Doesn't want to get close enough to stir up another one of the hives. And after about another day, as the suns are beginning to set again, the sky grows cloudy and a light drizzle, a light rain starts to fall.
Yeah. I know that's right.
It almost seems like as you move your way into this rain that some of the color is drained out of the world. The world almost goes into a black and white type of state. And then, just as the sun is setting, in the light of the setting sun off in the distance, you see this huge flat-topped mesa with a massive city, a walled city around it, huge waterfalls dropping off the sides into rivers that flow down below you. And in the center, a large broken tower, obviously in disrepair. As the suns are setting and the rain is falling, you see your next destination, Hatahili, off in the distance.
Jamu pipes up. Yeah, this rain is from one of my friends. He says it adds to the atmosphere of Hatahili. I don't know. Seems like a douche. Yeah, it was.
That makes it rain all the time. It's gonna start flooding.
We're literally going into a town that thrives itself on the fact that it has 3 rivers of life. I'm pretty sure they would want it to rain.
So, now that the world is black and white, the rain is falling, and you see the city off in the distance, that's where we'll pick up next week.
Okay.
You guys will make Hatahili next week. Congratulations on not crashing your ship, by the way. That was a definite thing that could happen.
Oh, yeah, no, we're not letting the Erebus just crash. Like, no way in 9 hells.
How was my idea of dumping 14 gallons of water on the enemy?
You are my least favorite person right now. That combat should have been way more difficult than it was, but
And then Mark was like, oh wait, water.
if you can dump water on bugs and make them not be able to fly, that's a
In the
creative
air.
solution. I gotta let you do that.
I
Nicely
should
done.
have thought that we had 14, that we had to create water spells as a cantrip beforehand.
Yep.
I don't prepare combat based on what I know you guys can do, for the most part. I prepare combat based on where you are in the world and what would logically happen while you were there.
And we
You
appreciate
know what?
that.
That's fair.
Patrick, you look unhappy.
I'm just like, I'm not unhappy with anything that occurred. Everything seemed to be a-okay. I just kind of
We
gave
hit
up.
the 3-hour mark.
I don't
You
know.
checked out 3 hours. You
Yeah,
have 3 hours of attention span. That's it.
I think that's pretty good for me.
It's very
There are very few things that I can give 3 hours of attention to.
I've been trying to shorten.
You know, this was great.
You
And I'm
always
not
say
just saying that because I figured out how to beat your monsters easily.
He's totally saying that because he figured out how to beat your monsters easily.
I mean,
This is-
that was the first thing I thought of. Wait, they're bug enemies. Why don't I dump them in water?
They give you 3 points.
Absolutely. No, that was brilliant. Well done. Good
I was
tactic.
rather pleased with the whole hive mind thing, a psychic attack.
Yeah, no, that was also really
No,
good.
no.
Except it put you right back into combat that I had just taken you guys out of.
Sylviana.
They
Yeah.
were done with you, and then you pissed them off again. Oh look, this ant bed that I kicked over has started to settle down. Let me kick it again. Maybe I'll pee on it this time.
Yes, princess.
Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't your smartest move ever.
No, not really, no. How do you feel about your, Sylviana, how do you feel about your first magical item? Are we happy with Cetherde?
Rather nice.
Not Shathid. It's not bad.
6 damage, man.
It's not broken, but it's a good item. I felt pretty good about that one.
Distance weapons are always
2d6
good.
psychic. I mean, most things don't
Your
look
magic
like-
item is not bad either, but it has a very different use.
What it does is stun lock your bosses.
No, absolutely not.
No, that's my magic item.
I know, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but the DC on that's so ridiculously low
On the
that
what?
you're not.
No.
On Mark's hammer, he's got that stun ability on it, but the DC on it's like 12. So
10.
it's 10.
Maybe you should get an upgrade on that.
Yeah, That's not a bad idea. An upgrade on that is probably in order at
I
some
would
point in the
love
near
to,
future.
but it's Francesca, and Francesca ain't here.
There are probably 2 people in the world that could upgrade that. Sylviana just like dropped off the bottom. Oh, we're still streaming. I'm an idiot. I should probably end that. Okay, bye everybody. We'll see you next week, 3 p.m. Mountain Time. The Dawnbringers will go into the Noir city of Hatahili.
We are not professionals.
We are not professionals.
I was
Please
just
try
about to
this
say
at
that.
home. Play D&D, Pathfinder, or your tabletop game of choice with your friends and family, and it should be a good time. Also, once again, I hate to be that guy, but like, subscribe, follow, do all that stuff. It helps us
Yay,
out,
we're
and
shittles.
it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I've actually accomplished something in my life. You guys are icky.
I mean, you're.
What?
You guys are icky.
Your face is icky.
I mean, arguably, yeah. Okay, we'll see you guys
And
next
it's
week.
on
Thanks for
stream,
joining in. Okay,
though.
bye. Video will be up on YouTube on Monday. Yeah, tomorrow. So, bye everybody. Bye.